What's going on, everybody? What's good? Another week, another dollar, or however it goes. So we got round five coming up. Season is going by quick, quick. We have round five matchups. We have coach of the round. We have player of the round. Overseas catch up. EBA top 25 through the first four rounds. Let's jump right into it. So many of y'all probably know, probably don't know. If you don't know now, you do know. We do have a new EBA record holder. We just gonna jump in, head first, man. Congrats to Mr. Charlie Shorter, 74 points, new league record. What I will say is that me and Charlie still have open beef, if you will, and I say that because, excuse me, answering a message here. Mr. Shorter had 74, but it came with an L. And he could have had the 74. He could have had 76, technically 78. He could have had 78 with the dub. 78 with the dub is wild. I don't care if it's grown men, kids. Um, it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my guy had 74 points, missed the challenge, which dropped it back from 76 by 2 points, and then he took a ill-advised 3 point shot that he should have took two more steps in, and we would have been talking about the craziest 78 or 79 points. Excuse me, we would have been talking about the craziest 79 points anybody has ever seen, and I mean, granted, they was letting him do whatever he wanted to do, but just to score that many points, I'm highly doubting that any of y'all have probably scored close to that amount of points, with an able body in front of you. So it's definitely a feat, not to take lightly, man. They ended up taking the L 105 to 109. And like I said, just at the end of the game, they just kind of ran out of juice. And, I guess Charlie was just like, F it, let's just go ahead, go home. It got boring. You see, he had his hands on his head. It just got bad. And the crazy part about this, not that he got three assists or that it was a double double in that effort. They were playing with some of their coaches. You know what I'm saying? And it's just bad. If you see the pictures on the website, you'll be like, what the hell? How this game was that close? I don't know how it was that close, but I'm gonna pray for them. They play us this weekend, so um, that's all I could do. I could just pray. But yeah, my guy, had a 74 piece, man. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. And hopefully we'll get to see somebody break that record. He did call it at the beginning of the season. He said that he'll break the record, and I was like, nah, 50 is crazy. Nobody's scoring like that. But we got some teams that they're allergic to defense. So when you got teams that are allergic to defense, things like this can happen. I don't know if DK and them played them yet. Uh, Let me see. I think they did. Well, DK missed his opportunity. We'll see. We'll see. At this point, that team is. I'm not going to say no names, but that team is now, looked at as, if you're looking to work on your game or make the headlines, that's the team to do it against. So we're gonna see if anybody does, break that record. But right now, the record is as stands, as you can see below. Mr. Charlie Shorter with 74 points. Um, yeah, we'll just leave that there. The the second game of the night, we had Mr. DK himself. He dropped 42 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. So he had a crazy, stat line. The crazy thing is that he showed up at not halftime. He showed up in the second quarter, or it was at the end of the first quarter. I want to say it was the end of the first quarter. He played like a possession or two, and then that was the quarter, and then they started. So I'll just go ahead and say he just came in the second quarter and got busy. And I mean, they won by 10. So I mean, without DK there, we'd probably be talking about a different storyline. But yeah, like I said, he came in there, got busy, and I wanted to do the little transition for paid in full with this picture because it just reminded me of Ace Boogie. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know, if y'all seen the movie before, this right here remind me of paid in full. But yeah, North Texas Warriors. Again, a team to watch out for. 42 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. Yeah, yeah, we see you in the pick, Will. So we know you know. But yeah, nah, DK was balling for sure was balling. And then we have the third game of the night. We had Mr. Efficient is what I call him. My guy Eddie Sims. Eddie not going out here dropping 40, 50, nothing crazy like that. But he's a big piece of, why the Magic win. All I think he's shooting like 60% or 50%, something like that. It's crazy. And, his turnovers aren't as high as, the other guards that are in the league. And, each week, the first game that we had, he didn't have a crazy stat line. It was kind of like, I don't want to say like a mediocre performance, but it was like him waking up to the league and how things were ran, the rules and stuff like that. And ever since then, my guy been putting up steady numbers. And I sat in for most of the third quarter, and unleashed him in the fourth quarter. He came in, gave us some productive minutes, and got busy. A lot of guys can't shoot from the NBA three. It shows like the stats and percentages, did really quick. So, hats off to Eddie. Eddie, I think, had like 3 or 4 of them things. But yeah, the Dallas Magic get the dub over the Terror by 10. It was another close matchup. I would say those are probably like the most competitive games. Magic, Terror, Cook Up have been, the back and forth battles. We'll see, if any other ones, come about. There are some roster changes that people don't know about that we'll announce here in the next, couple hours, maybe tomorrow and Friday. But some of the teams that were pushovers not going to be pushovers no more. I'm excited. We got some legendary people joining the league, and all it's going to do is just add to the value, add to the competition, and make guys have to compete. You know, um, for players that are around, obviously we have these three guys, Eddie, DK, and Charlie that we just showed you guys who would play the games from the 3 games. But then we also have Anton Haley for Waco Terror. This young man got busy. Uh, he's been good. To truth be told, this whole season he's been one of the star players. It's just hard to kind of get that spotlight when you have somebody like Xavier on the team. That some, I mean, it's just impossible. I don't say impossible, but it's kind of hard to outshine or get that recognition when you got somebody with that kind of star power on the team. So now that X is gone, playing overseas, you see these other guys stepping up, and you can see Anton's been, I think I want to say he's been putting up 18. He's been averaging that. Hold on, I got to do my due diligence. He's been at, yeah, he's been averaging 15.3 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.3 steals. So, he's above, right around his average. And, well, as you can see here, he went above the average. And this is the first game, they haven't had X. So just to see guys like that step up is, from a coach's standpoint is great, because then that means that the team was well balanced. But at the same time, there's got to be somebody else to be a dog, somebody else to step up, and it was good to see that out of Anton. What else we got here? We got the league standings, power rankings. So we got North Texas Warriors at number 1. They lead the power rankings. They're 3-0. We have the Magic at number 2 at 3-1, and oh, prematurely clicked off. But I mean, really and truthfully, it could go either way between them and Metroplex. To be honest, it was a typo. Metroplex should be at number two. Granted, they didn't have all their guys for the last game, so we'll see how they, if that's a constant trend or if they get their roster back and guys start to show back up. We'll see how that looks, and things will more than likely change or what have you. Metroplex Lightning, or GDW as we call them, are at 2-2. They're at the number three spot on the power rankings as well. And then we have Waco Terror at 2-1. They hold the number four spot down. And then we have Cook Up at 1-1. They hold the number fifth spot. And then we have BLTN at number six at 1-2. The Heat at number seven at 0-3. And we have Honcho Elite at 0-2. And just to kind of figure out the chaos to the madness, it goes by wins, point differential, and then points against. So we reward teams for obviously not letting people put up as many points against them, but also by winning by a bigger point margin. And then obviously the wins, that's the first thing that trumps all, if you will. So yeah, that's how the league is shaping up right now as far as standing goes. As far as players of the week, here you go. It's no surprise. We have DK Eldridge as player of the week. He won the voting by a landslide. It wasn't even close. Second I hit, posted it, he already had like 50 votes within like the first 10 minutes. First 10 minutes of the vote going up, he had that. So y'all got to step your game up, man. Y'all got to step your game up. If y'all want to win player of the week, you're going to have to bring your hard hat. It ain't just enough to get mentioned. You have to also, be the hood Power Ranger here. DK again had 42 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, 4 steals. And then we had Charlie Shorter here as the runner-up at 74 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and more than likely would have won Player of the Week again. It would have been an override versus the votes. Even though DK got his A&R machine voting for him or whatever you want to call it. With the 74 points and 10 rebounds, like that would have just been anonymous. But since it came with an L, we can't technically reward the L. We just never have, and we're gonna continue that trend. So again, Mr. Shorter, congrats on the runner-up. But again, the 74 points is crazy. I'm gonna just keep saying it. It's crazy. So those are your power hand players of the week. They'll more than likely put a shout out on their story or something at some point. But that's who we have at that. We have these were the top 25 last week. I was being lazy. I haven't did a new graphic. I'll probably do one tonight and then put it up in the morning, or I might put it up later on the night. We'll see how I feel. But we have. I'll read off the top 20 here. So the top 20, we have. I'll keep this up so y'all can have a reference. We got DK Eldridge at number 1, Charlie Shorter at number 2, Xavier Armstead at number 3, Eddie Sims at number 4, Deontay Terrell at 5, Jay Will at 6, DJ Montgomery at 7, Anthony Hunter at 8, Chuck Guy at 9, Steve Kaminga at 10, Montrell Scott at 11, Jordan Harris at 12. Where was he at? He was up there. TJ Maston at 13. DeCorey Jones at 14. Chance Chambers at 15. Jimmy Kelly at 16. K. Raj at 17. Anthony Haley at 19. Eric Weary at 20. That's your top 20 right there. And again, like I said, we'll put the graphic up and have it where everybody can see it. It's all pretty nice and neat how that one was. I just ain't had the time to do it today, but that's the top 20. You can feel free to go to the website, pull it up, or actually, you know what? I'll pull it up right here. That is what I will do for y'all. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. Boom, there we go. So here you go right here. We see I don't know if y'all can see that. All right, here we go. So again, these are your stars right here. This is the list that'll come out. Obviously, again, it'll be a little bit more pretty, but here you go. And then obviously we have one, two, three, four, five, six. We go up to the 25, but we got 26 on here. So you got Eric Weary, John Milligan, Edward Lee, Keith Davis, Cam Foreman, Curtis Hollis, and Dwight Gentry. So you have those guys at the bottom of the list, but these are our top guys right here that are in the MVP race, and not only in the MVP race, but also lead the league for the top 25. So again, feel free head to the website, check that out. But again, we'll put the nice, pretty graphic up um, after the stream is done, so everybody can see that. What else we have? The 74 with Charlie, man. Here goes some of the 70 ball here. It's not all 70 points, but you will get the gist from it, man.
There you go, Charlie. There you go.
Let him have it. Go, Charlie.
So there y'all have it. Y'all seen the massacre that took place in Grand Prairie this past weekend. Again, like I said, I highly doubt anybody will beat that. If they do, I don't know. The team might get booted. The team might get booted, to be in all honesty. But for our overseas shout out, we got to give a shout out to our guy Jamar Sandiford. Brought home the championship. This is his first year in the SEBA Pack, and he went in, did his thing. They were a top team the whole season. I think they only lost 3 games, 2 or 3 games, the whole season, and he ended up bringing home the hardware. And again, this just goes to show, man, you put in the work, time, effort, energy. Most importantly, you listen to me. Things like this happen. It's his second championship in a year. So it's just crazy. The ride is just crazy, man. That's all I can really say to that. And we got big plans for X. Hopefully X does the same thing, following the same footsteps. Um, yeah, they just said, hey, he couldn't play in this, this is all political, man. Even though he's played in higher leagues, things of that nature, they finally let him in the door, and then look what happened. So it's just about staying persistent, fellas, and things like this can happen as well. But again, big shout out to Jamar Sandiford and the Carrileros from the city of Chihuahua in Mexico for winning the championship in the SEBA Pack. So when y'all see him this weekend, shake the champ hand. He bringing it back to Dallas. And so we looking for a show unless, the G League calls for him. then obviously we're gonna see him. But that's where we at with that. Xavier's team, they're 2-2, and X is average. And I want to say last time I checked, it was like 30, 35. I want to say probably like 30. He averaging like 30 over there. They're having like 2 games a week, and we'll start posting some more of his links so that way some of his stuff is out there in the forefront, just so that way everybody can kind of see the games, the matchups, all that different stuff. Um, what else? But other than that, it's a short week this week, man. That's pretty much it. Um, Coach of the round, we're gonna go ahead and toss that bad boy back over to Eric. Eric Turner, again, they're number one, undefeated. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're the best team in the league as of right now at 3-0, led by DK Eldridge. So we'll see. We'll see how these things change. The rankings have changed like 4 or 5 times maybe in the last I would say last 2 weeks. So it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to come about. We'll see if North Texas stays on top. So this weekend we have Cook Up versus Honcho. That's going to be a crazy game. They both were off this past week. I'm not going to even spoil the surprise, but I think it might be an upset. I think it might be an upset this Saturday. I'm not gonna say why, but it will be a good ass game. So if y'all thinking Honcho is a pushover, pull up, Y'all in for a treat. I promise y'all are in for a treat. Pull up for that first game at 4:10 at the Epic. Pull up, Honcho and them got you. Again, my fault for not having the graphic ready, but hey, that's gonna be a game to go see. They done made some roster changes, and I like the direction that they went. And then at 5:50, you got us versus BLTN. Mr. Eddie Sims probably gonna go crazy that game. I ain't gonna lie to you. Eddie and Deontay, Chance, A-Rod. We gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. That's what we're gonna do. But we got the 5:50 game again. Dallas Magic versus BLTN. And then we got Heat versus GDW for that third game at 7:30. We just gonna pray GDW show with the same roster they had this past Saturday. Yeah, that's what we're gonna leave it at. We just gonna hope they show with that same roster that they had this past Saturday. If not, then we gonna pray. But I don't know. They added Jamar. Jamar's back, so we'll see if that changes some things for the team. But yeah, them boys got to get it together. They sitting at 0-3. What was it? Yeah, sitting at 0-3. So we'll see if they pick up that slack. See where they go with it. But it's not looking too pretty. But I'll talk about it more next week. But also a reminder, we have All-Star Weekend, October 21st. That Saturday is going to be action-packed as usual. It's usually the best time, of the season besides the Final Four. Everybody loves Final Four because of bread. But All-Star Weekend is definitely something you don't want to miss. The best of the best will be out there, obviously, unless they decline their invite. But the events are dope. The events are live. Excuse me. We'll see if anybody beats out DK. DK just happens to win everything. So we're looking to have some new leaders. DK won every event that we had last year. He won everything but the 3-point contest. So he took home, some good pocket change, but also at the same time, it was a good time, man. I don't think any player that's played in our league, that's like the best time. Like they all love All-Star Weekend. They all try to make All-Star Weekend for the simple fact of, one, obviously you get to add more bread to your pocket, but also it's just the vibe. The vibe is always good. So we look forward to continuing that. Again, like I said, this week was just gonna be a short run through of everything. I'm gonna get off here early so I can go ahead and finish up that top 25 graphic, get that out there, piss some more people off, and get these flyers out for the week. But other than that, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Next week will be a little bit longer, well, a lot bit longer. You know, usually we go like an hour, 2 hours. But yeah, we're gonna cut it short this week just so we can go ahead and get what we need to get done. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Be easy.